Is it working? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Okay, so ranking every single hyttd villain, at least most of them, is, well, by their roles. Eagle Scrimborn, yeah, it's pretty clear. OG Fightmare, yeah, pretty clear. Shellfire, pretty similar. Wait, there should be Speed Stingers. Yeah, because there's 2 Speed Stinger groups. I wouldn't say that either of the Quakens were really villains. They turned out good at the end, but and didn't spend most of their time as evil. They were just sort of like their same thing with Stoics. Wait, no. Same. God dang it. I always forget his name. It's been a long time since I watched RTT. I should probably watch it again. But the OG, both these Speed Singer packs were there. Oh, yeah, Skull Crusher. I remember Tornado, though. He honestly wasn't in there long enough. Yeah, go figure. The Red Death's power, sure, it's a wild animal, but its power really is in fear, so it's going to be put on fear. Gremmel, he was intended as an anti-hiccup, but he did not do it. He was intended as a tactical genius, did not do it. Improviser did not do it. None of the smart type villains he fitted into, really. Because think about it, he really was kind of an idiot. Like, his whole strategy was intimidation. That's literally all he did. That's all he was able to do. You could argue, I guess he's pretty skilled with the crossbow, but he gets overshadowed pretty easily by this guy right here. Or basically a lot of people. So he would be a... Wait, there we go. Savage. OG Savage was a fighter. But
They told me to call. So you want to order to him? I am ordered to. You just tell me where to order. Why didn't you order? He said, since he's
OG Savage.
He tells me where to order. He gets the credit.
Is this Savage? I think that's this one's Savage. Nope, that is not Savage. Would this be Savage? Yeah, that's Savage. This is the later Savage. This guy would be in the very rare category of manipulator. That's the RTT Savage. That's the OG Savage. Eric, son of Eric, of course, is, well, he's a fighter. I'd say he was long enough as an antag to be on this list, personally. He's a fighter. Although one could argue, I guess he's a little bit of an improviser, but he mostly falls into a fighter. Dragon Hunters. Yeah, pretty well. Yeah.
Here in a minute. If you're when you're hungry.
I'll tell you.
No, I'm gonna say. I think we'll make it. We'll see a couple. You want a cup of hamburger?
Ooh, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
The Death Grippers. These guys were all under Grimmel. They were. Well, I could put them into wild beasts, but really they fall into manipulated because this guy was under control from drugging them. They quite clearly fall into this once you get really get to think about it. Dragons be wildebeest, pretty similar. Drago, okay, from this guy's perspective, he would be this. But IRL, his whole strategy is we're going to be really strong and we're going to use our just numbers to conquer. He's not really a planner or anything. He's not a logistics genius, unlike one very rare character. So he's, I guess, Johan. He's a traitor. He's a traitor, yes. But how does he play towards the end of RTT? Hmm. Hmm. He spends most of his time up as a logistics guy. He shares it with only one other guy, really. Riker. Why, of course. I have a feeling. I just can't see him as a logistics genius. I can't see him as a tactical genius. I can see him in the same cat, but he's he's closer than that to the. He does actually have some planning, but he's definitely way ahead of Drago on that. But to call him a genius at logistics or tactics, I'm gonna rename this army, but lacks master plan. Lacks genius because genius because this guy is smart. He definitely knows what he's doing, but he's not a genius quite. I wouldn't call Drago a genius though. So okay, let's look at another one. Heather. Yeah, go figure. Mildew. He's the only other really character. He is the only true pure manipulator. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to divide this into two categories. Add a row above. Bang. Pure. Genius. He's the manipulator. This is just basic manipulation. But this guy, he is the only pure manipulation genius. Really, he is the only one. The Skrill, I'm gonna call Vigo Skrill a villain, but I would call the OG Skrill a villain. But not a villain, really, but really confused. Think about it. After all those years in the caves and all that, well, the ice cave, frozen, yeah, that's not really gonna do much. And I wouldn't call the snow race villain. They're just like hyper territorial, and they don't really act malicious, unlike these three, which do act partially malicious. This guy's the only really tactical genius. And what is the difference between tactics and logistics, you might ask? Tactics is how well can you organize a few guys for the first battle, battle planning. He does it really well. But logistics is like factoring that in, economics and stuff. Basically, I'm going to add two tiers to this. Add a row above. Tier logistics. master logistics. Logistics. Because Johan, why he's good, I don't think he's quite not a master. And then I'm just gonna put logistics. Logistics. There we go. Screaming death. That's pretty clear what the screaming death functions as. Buffnut. Go figure, she's the idiot who gets in the way. These guys, once again, really, well, they could have fallen into this, but they really fall into that. Screaming Death, the Whispering Deaths, both OG and the ones that follow it. Well, the OG ones are, well, yeah. That, okay. Grimmel. Wait, no, not, dang it, Vigo. Sorry. That's Grimmel. This is Vigo. These two, I don't know why, but probably the spikes. This guy's the only master of logistics. That is literally what he is. Sometimes I rush a little bit too much. This guy is the anti-hiccup of the series, let's be real. He's got the leadership skills, he's got the improvisation skills, meaning that's literally what Hiccup's good at, but he has it to himself, essentially. Okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna bump Heather up to a spy, because she did do a spy work, even though she was manipulated. If I could, have two Heather. Okay. There we go. Heather. Because she falls into both categories, really. Ingerman. This guy would have had to have been a master of logistics, even though we don't see him there. He would have had to have been a master of logistics. Excellent. Okay, let's see. Krogan. He's an improviser, I feel, or one could call him a fighter. But I feel he's kind of both, really. But I'm going to put him as improviser since the fighter category is getting pretty crowded, too. Okay. This guy, this annoying guy. I know where this guy is. This guy was greedy, and he didn't have a lot of intellect or fighting skill. But he did get in the way, and he was very greedy. So I'm going to put him right in there. Ah, yes. This guy. I know exactly where to put you. I remember you. This guy was kind of an accident to put him on here, but he just seems so much like a villain in the series. He seems like he's been in the background manipulating some stuff. I have a theory on that. This is what I would rank every single HYTG villain as by their role, in my opinion. Tell me if you have different opinions or think some characters that should have been villains but aren't. I haven't watched RTTE in a while, but I have been watching a lot of Defenders of Burke and, well, Riders of Burke. I've been watching a lot of those, and I've watched the movies primarily because I used to have a Netflix account, and that's what I watched RTT on, and we got rid of it because it got really expensive. So we're now primarily just watching the older shows, which we already bought. Okay, bye. Have a great day.